is me, Ruowen Huang. Being a late morning, but anyway, hopefully I can cover a couple episodes today. Before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today I want to talk about victimization. You would say, what does that have to do with the disease that I want to talk about? Actually, have a lot to do with the disease I want to talk about. As I say, I categorize the majority of disease to 3 categories for myself to understand. So you will start to realize as I go on, you start to realize a lot of disease have everything to do with our emotion. And why so? I already explained that. We, as a soul, as a human, have emotion because it is kind of, I don't know how do you call this, the guideline helping us to slowly go on the right path. If we do come without emotion, then it would be hard for us to know what we did right or wrong. You know what I mean? So that's why you would realize it seems like a lot of things we do have, such a big deal to do with our emotion. And here I want to talk about emotional disease, which there are quite a few. But before I want to talk about that, I want to talk about this victimization. Victimization is basically someone who would tend to make themselves become a victim in either incidents or event or story or something like that. And I'm not saying they fake it. They could be a victim because the way they got brought up, their environment, their platform, they are a victim of their story. Therefore, it become a habit. But today, I don't want to specifically point it to this group of people. I want to point it out. This is a behavior that I personally believe we all have. Whether you have been victim before or you don't, but we all have. It's just the way we respond to it is very differently. So a lot of guys would say this is, most of women have it. From the case study, from the client I have to say it's not so. I also notice like a lot of male has that too. It's just the way you deal with it is a little bit different. Women tend to deal with victimization with tear, cry, sorrow, sadness, while male handle victimization with more aggressiveness, defensiveness or anger or things like that. If you're not quite aware what it is, it's basically, let's say, for example, your wife might say, you never got it done right. You never do the right thing for me. And right away, that sentence translates as, I am not a good husband or I am not a good boyfriend. Really, that sentence itself is you victimizing yourself. You, in this case, I'm not good enough. Therefore, your response might be different. You feel the need to defend for yourself, to fight for yourself. As I say, based on our instincts, women and men tend to handle it very differently, right? So why do I want to bring this up is I realize this tendency of people who tend to victimize themselves, would somehow in long run tie into a lot of emotional disease, emotional disease. So that's why I want to bring it up. This is a disease, this is a tendency I did talk about on my blog before, but I'm not quite sure I talk about it in English. So this is something I would encourage. This is not something you want to point finger, say, you are victimized yourself. You are playing a victim right here. No, trust me, your result is not gonna be good. Don't expect the person you talk to or point finger to gonna say, you know what, thank you for pointing it out. I'm totally grateful. I'm gonna work on it right now. No, nobody like to be called victim. But it is something that I do highly encourage you all to reflect within yourself. Am I victimizing myself again? Am I playing a victim right now? No matter what your response is, you might be aggressive or you might be passive aggressive. Are you playing a victim in this story? If you do, next question I do encourage you guys to work within yourself is, how can I stop myself from being a victim? Because if by now, 200, almost 260 episodes, you must know you are the center of your universe. You will create your reality. What you believe will eventually become. If you start to understand everything I have talked about in various episodes before, you will then realize, what am I trying to do here? Is one who believes they are victim will always be the victim of their life. So while they meanwhile want a wonderful life, they want to create a life like manifest their reality, or they want to create a wonderful life for themselves, you will realize how difficult it is, right? For one to be successful, to fully achieve happiness, to really, chase after their dream, they first have to let go of the burden that they carry upon themselves, which very often is the victim role that they play. So anyway, the reason I want to talk about this is I just really quickly want to bring it up to bring to you guys' attention, so you guys can have some time to think about it. Is there any situation I ever play a victim in that role or something? Again, let me say this again. This is not something I want you to point finger and point it out at somebody, or he's playing victim right now, or you are doing this, or they are doing this or something. No, this is a term I simply encourage you guys to look within yourself, reflect yourself, because only if you can cut yourself doing it, there's a way for you then to let go of it, and then you can move forward from that point on. So anyway, just quickly want to bring it up. It's a common thing I do see people play all the time, and if you do call yourself doing this, remember, this is something only you can work for yourself, not for anybody else, but yourself. If you ever caught yourself doing this, learn to let that go. Learn to let that victim of you go. Why so? Because your goal is to create a life that you will eventually love. You will eventually enjoy living, or eventually get what you want, and understand a golden rule. As long as you're playing a victim, you will not be able to do that. So anyway, just a term, simply want to throw it out there for you guys to think about it. Again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook, or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, I talk to you guys next time. Bye.